Hey guys, it's been a while since I did a recording. Laravel's come a long ways, I've come a long ways, and I was inspired by Taylor Otwell's video about ship something. It was in the Advent calendar. One of the things that overwhelms people sometimes when trying to kick something out is the little details that you have to do, that you have to spend a lot of time on, and one of those is cookies. So I built a package that implements basic cookies with the GDPR compliance. I'm going to show you how to use it. You can download it and use it yourself. One less thing, get you to ship something. All right, let's do this. Let's get started. Let's create a project. What is a Laravel new? Let's call this test cookies. Not now. I like Livewire. Let's just do the basics here. Volt, use pass. We're not going to do boost. It's a great tool, but not for this simple project. It's asking me to do npm install. Yes. All right, let's need to test cookies. Okay, so we got a project started here. All right, so let's go look at what it built. So I'm using Laravel Herd. If you haven't installed that, it's definitely a great asset. The name of the project is Test Cookies, and then everything .test will be served up by Herd. So let's register somebody. Register Bob. Bob at mail.com. And by default, Laravel gives you SQLite, so you don't have to create a database. It will create it's a flat file database that's created underneath the database directory. So that's what it's going to use by default if we don't modify it. You can obviously enhance it to handle SQLite, Postgres, and a couple others. So let's create this. So we have an application. Great. Now, say you built your application, you're ready to deploy this, but then you're like, oh, I need to be cookie compliant. So let's go download a package. I have a package over here called cookies. And it's GDPR compliant, so it's kind of the strictest version of cookie capture, cookie acceptance. I don't know how you say this, but it's what you have to have if your application is going to be served up in Europe, and that's kind of the highest standard at this point. So let's see, installation. We got a composer require and the name of the package. We need to publish the configuration file. We need to publish a migration. It creates a database entry for the logging the entries, logging the cookie entries. So when a user selects accept or decline, it's logged in the database. Then we do a migrate, get those into the database, and then we have to publish the views. There's a couple views that are used for the banner along the bottom. So. And then there's a piece of middleware so that this will be picked up anywhere in the app. And then below that, there's a bunch of configuration. If you're using previous version of Laravel, you can use it to do it this way. There's a bunch of details in here about defining your cookies. You can get into great detail on that. I'm not going to do that here, but there's different categories, and you can define that in your config. You want to set up your policies and your cookie policy in the env file. So there's a place here that shows you how to configure that. And then how to use it for blocking. So if someone doesn't accept a certain type, a category, there's the blocking code. Let's see, let's move on down here. There's a consent audit trail. So you can, when you turn on logging, you can, gives you an audit trail for logs. And then by default, there's a floating consent. So there's a banner shows up. And then if they say yes, no, decline, accept, or manage, by the time that's gone, there'll be a floating little thing. You can turn that on or off. I've exposed the link to come back and edit that, because in the GDPR, you do need to be able to update your cookies at any time. So in the application, I put a link in the left-hand nav so that it replaces that little floating icon that allows you to edit your cookies. So I'll show you how to do that. Let's get to it. The rest of this is configuration. So we need a composer require. All right, so let's look at this. Installed the package in our JSON. We can see there's the package there. For those that you want to know the details, it's underneath vendor. Here's the package name, cookies, the config files there, the database migrations, the resources are down here. You'll see the banner blade, the script wrapper. There's another settings link that's to expose so that you can access it anywhere in the app. There's more details, but just for those of you who want to know, that's when the package is installed, that's where it's stored. So we installed the package. Now we need to publish the config file. So if you just copy this, that publishes a config file. Then we need to publish the migrations. So we want to, this is the flat file database that installed by default with Laravel. It's a SQLite. So let's open that up. Our cookie consent logs are empty. All right, let's keep going. We need to publish the views. So there's a couple of views that need to be published. There we go. Oh, next we need to add the middleware. So basically there's a middleware append so that the cookies is available anywhere in the app. Save that. Let's go to the env and set up our, we'll just put them at the bottom. We need to, this enables the cookie consent and it turns logging on and off. Just put that there. These would be the link to your privacy policy and the link to your cookies policy. I don't have it for this, but that's what we would link to. This is going to be used on the inside if you want to link to it and read the policy. So that's what that's there for. Next, we need to go look at the config. So the cookies config. There's all the details in here about categories. We'll just enable this. So this is a different categories is necessary, analytics, marketing, and they're commented out just as an example, but you can go in here and modify these based on what you're using. So that's where this detail is at. This show settings button, this is that little floating icon that I want to make it go away and put a link in the left-hand nav. I'll show you how to do that. So, alrighty. Do a refresh here. And you see we get a cookie consent. It's picked up by the middleware. And you can do manage preference. So this is those detail in the config file: necessary, analytics, marketing, and preferences. So you can save these preferences. You can go back, you can say accept all or reject all. Let's go look at the database real quick. So in the database, we created a cookies log. There's nothing in here because we haven't selected anything, but this is where it's stored. Let's go back. So let's say accept all. Go back to the database. So for this cookie ID, we've accepted all. All the details are stored in a JSON format here. The IP address, the user agent, and the accept action is accept all. So, and again, this floating icon currently allows you to edit, come back, say we want to reject all, go back and look in the database, reject all. All right, so that's base functionality. Now I'm going to show you how to update it a bit. All right, so get rid of that little icon, a little floating icon that allow people to edit at any time. We're just going to put a link in the left-hand nav. The left-hand nav in the base installation, I haven't modified the layout or anything. This is what comes with Laravel. It's really nice, really clean. Go underneath resources, views, components, layouts. Underneath app, there's a sidebar. The header one is a different layout. By default, it comes with this sidebar one. This is this, it gives you a whole list of items. This is basically the sidebar. So when you're looking at it, it's this sidebar here. So let's go and modify. We're going to put a link down here. Let's go modify that. Oh, I made a mistake. I put it in the wrong place. So I had to move it up here. I put it on the desktop. I put it on the mobile version. So here's cookie settings. So that allows you to access this. And then to turn off that, we can go into the config file. Underneath cookies, I can set this to false. If we come back here, that goes away. So now you get your ability to edit your cookies at any time. This is GDPR compliant. And let's just test it real quick on a new user. So let's do an incognito. So test cookies dot test, register a new user, Carol. And you see there's a as you'll see there's a cookie consent right off the bat. I'm going to create an account, so basically it's still there. Got a new user. You can manage. You can reject all or accept all. We're going to accept all. And now Carol has a new acceptance. She's accepted the cookies. Let's go look in the database. And the entries are in the database for this new user. All right, that's pretty much it. So I hope this helps. Again, the objective is to help you ship something. So you focus on building your application, get all your testing, get everything done, get it out there, get it up on Laravel Cloud, of course. And then this is just one less thing. So it takes care of your cookies compliance issues. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful. Ship something.